Imagine this. You wake up on a Tuesday morning, you pour your coffee. You sit down at the kitchen table and open your bank app to check your balance. Your Social Security deposit should be there. It always arrives like clockwork. But today, something is wrong. The amount is half of what it should be. Half. You blink. You refresh the screen. Same number. Your heart starts pounding. You think maybe the bank made a mistake. You call them. They say no. That is exactly what Social Security sent this month. Now you are sitting there, coffee getting cold, wondering how you are going to pay your rent, buy your medication, and keep the lights on. This is not a nightmare. This is happening right now to thousands of seniors across America in 2026 because of a rule change many people never even heard about. I am Milena, and I help seniors understand the rules that affect their money, their benefits, and their peace of mind. That is all I do. I read the official government documents, the SSA press releases, the IRS fact sheets, and the Medicare updates so that you do not have to decode them alone. Today, I am going to walk you through the biggest Social Security rule changes happening right now in 2026. These changes affect SSI recipients, SSDI beneficiaries, and retired seniors collecting Social Security. Some of these changes put more money in your pocket, but others can take money away if you are not paying attention. I need you to stay with me until the very end of this video because there is one hidden mistake that millions of seniors are making right now, and it could cost you up to 50% of your monthly check. I am not exaggerating. Let me show you exactly what is going on. Let me tell you about Robert. Robert is 68 years old. He lives in Ohio. He retired from the post office after 31 years of service. Good man, did everything right his whole life, paid his taxes, saved what he could. When Robert retired, he started collecting Social Security. His monthly benefit was around $2,000, not a fortune, but enough to cover his basics. Then, earlier this year, Robert received a letter from the Social Security Administration. The letter said he had been overpaid by $1,600 a few years back. Robert was confused. He did not do anything wrong. He did not lie on any form. He did not hide any income. But the letter was clear. It said the SSA had made an error, and now they needed the money back. Robert figured it was not a big deal, $1,600. He thought maybe they would take a little bit each month. So he set the letter aside on his kitchen counter and forgot about it. 90 days later, Robert checked his bank account, and his Social Security deposit was cut in half. Instead of getting around $2,071, he received roughly $1,035. The SSA had started withholding 50% of his benefit automatically because Robert never responded to that letter. He did not file a waiver. He did not request a lower recovery rate. He did not appeal. He simply did nothing. And doing nothing in 2026 is the most expensive mistake a senior can make. Now Robert is scrambling. He is behind on his electric bill. He had to skip a medication refill. And the worst part is, if he had made one phone call within those 90 days, he might have had the entire overpayment forgiven. Because his overpayment was under $2,000, he likely qualified for what is called an administrative waiver. One phone call. That is all it would have taken. Robert did not know. But after today, you will. Let us go through the major 2026 rule changes one by one. I am going to keep this simple and clear. Number 1. The 2026 cost of living adjustment is 2.8%. The Social Security Administration announced that benefits increased by 2.8% starting in January 2026. That is up from 2.5% the year before. For the average retired worker, that means your monthly check went from $2,015 to $2,071. That is about $56 more per month. If you are on SSI, the individual federal benefit rate is now $994 a month. For a couple, it is $1,491. If you are on SSDI, the average disabled worker benefit went from $1,586 to $1,630. Now here is the part most people miss. You did not actually get a full $56 raise because Medicare Part B premiums also went up. The standard Part B premium for 2026 is $202.90 per month. That is an increase of $17.90 from last year. And for most of you, that premium is deducted directly from your Social Security check. So your real net increase is closer to $38 a month, not $56. And if you are a higher income senior, paying income-related surcharges known as RMAA, your Medicare premium could be as high as $689.90 per month. At that level, the COLA does not just shrink, it disappears entirely. Number 2. Full retirement age is now 67 for everyone born in 1960 or later. This is the final step in a schedule that has been phasing in for years. If you were born in 1960 or after, your full retirement age is 67, period. This matters because claiming Social Security at 62 instead of 67 now results in a permanent 30% reduction in your monthly benefit. That is not a temporary cut. That stays with you for life. On the other hand, if you delay past 67 all the way to age 70, your benefit increases by 8% per year. That adds up to 24% more than your full benefit amount. Every person's situation is different, but you need to understand what these numbers mean for you before you file. Number 3, the earnings limits have been updated. If you are collecting Social Security but have not yet reached your full retirement age and you are still working, listen carefully. In 2026, if you earn more than $24,480 in a year, Social Security will withhold $1 in benefits for every $2 you earn above that limit. In the year you actually reach your full retirement age, the limit is more generous. You can earn up to $65,160, and they only withhold $1 for every $3 over. Once you hit your full retirement age, the earnings test goes away completely. You can earn as much as you want with no withholding at all. For SSDI beneficiaries, the rules are stricter. If you earn more than $1,690 per month, that is considered substantial gainful activity. After your 9-month trial work period and the 36-month extended period of eligibility, earning above that amount can result in the full termination of your SSDI benefits. Not a reduction, a termination. Number 4, the overpayment recovery rules have changed again. This is the one that caught Robert off guard, and it is catching thousands of other seniors off guard too. Here is the timeline. Before March 2024, if the SSA said you were overpaid, they would withhold 100% of your monthly benefit until the debt was recovered. Then in March 2024, after a massive public outcry, they lowered that to just 10%. Then in March 2025, they reversed course again and went back to 100%. Then in April 2025, they settled on the current rule, which is 50% withholding for Social Security retirement, survivor, family, and SSDI overpayments. For SSI overpayments, the recovery rate remains at 10%. Here's what you must know. When you receive an overpayment notice, you have 90 days. During those 90 days, you can file Form SSA 561 to challenge the overpayment itself. You can file Form SSA 632 to request a waiver if you believe it was not your fault, and paying it back would cause you hardship. Or you can file Form SSA 634 to negotiate a lower recovery rate by showing your monthly expenses. You can negotiate that rate down to as low as $10 per month. And if your overpayment is $2,000 or less and it was not your fault, you may qualify for an administrative waiver. Sometimes all it takes is a single phone call to 1-800-772-1213, but you must act within those 90 days. After that, the 50% withholding starts automatically. The SSA does not send a second reminder. Number 5. The Social Security Fairness Act is now in effect. This is huge news for anyone who worked in government, education, law enforcement, or firefighting. The Social Security Fairness Act was signed into law on January 5, 2025. It eliminated 2 provisions called the Windfall Elimination Provision and the Government Pension Offset. For decades, these rules reduced or completely eliminated Social Security benefits for people who also received a pension from a job that did not pay into Social Security. That is now over. The repeal is retroactive to January 2024. As of early 2026, the SSA has already paid out $17 billion in retroactive payments to 3.1 million beneficiaries. But here's the trap. If you were someone who never bothered to file for Social Security benefits because you assumed the WEP or GPO would wipe them out, you must file now. The adjustment is not automatic for people who never applied. You need to go to SSA.gov, apply, or call to schedule an appointment, and do it soon. Under the SSA's current interpretation, new applicants may only receive 6 months of retroactive benefits instead of 12. Every month you delay is money you may never get back. Number 6. The new $6,000 senior tax deduction, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, was signed into law on July 4, 2025. One of its provisions gives taxpayers aged 65 and older an additional tax deduction of $6,000. If you are married and both of you qualify, that is $12,000 in reduced taxable income. This is on top of the standard deduction you already receive. The full deduction is available if your modified adjusted gross income is $75,000 or less for single filers or $150,000 or less for married couples filing jointly. Above those amounts, the deduction phases out. It disappears entirely at $175,000 for individuals and $250,000 for couples. This deduction is temporary. It applies to tax years 2025 through 2028 only. And it is not automatic. You must claim it on your tax return. If you do not claim it, you do not get it. Also, and this is important, this deduction does not eliminate taxes on your Social Security benefits. It reduces your taxable income, which may lower the amount of Social Security income that gets taxed. But the underlying rules that tax up to 85% of your benefits at higher income levels have not changed. Number 7. SSI modernization and the payroll information exchange. If you receive SSI or SSDI and you are working, there is a new system called the Payroll Information Exchange, or PIE. It launched in April 2025 and reached full scale in September 2025. Here is how it works. If you sign Form SSA 8240, you authorize the SSA to receive your monthly wage information directly from your employer through Equifax. This means you may no longer need to manually report your wages every month. That is a big deal because incorrect or late wage reporting is one of the leading causes of SSI overpayments. And here is the bonus. If you authorize PIE and the SSA receives your wage data through the system, you are protected from the penalty of ineligibility related to that information. That protection goes away if you revoke your authorization. Authorization is completely voluntary. You can opt out at any time. But if you do opt out, all your manual reporting responsibilities come back immediately. Also, for SSI recipients, there is more good news that is already in effect. As of September 30th, 2024, food is no longer counted in the in-kind support and maintenance calculation. That means if a family member or friend helps you with groceries, that no longer reduces your SSI benefit. Only shelter-related support counts now. The rental subsidy policy has also been expanded. If you rent from a parent or child and pay a fair share, that arrangement no longer triggers a penalty. But the SSI resource limits have not changed. They remain at $2,000 for an individual and $3,000 for a couple. Those limits have not been updated since 1989. Exceeding them by even $1 can suspend your benefits immediately. If you stay over the limit for 12 consecutive months, your benefits are terminated entirely, and you have to start a brand new application. I know that was a lot of information, so let me give you 3 clear steps you can take right now to protect yourself. Step 1, log in to my Social Security account today. Go to ssa.gov and sign into your personal account. If you do not have one, create one right now. This is where you can see your benefit amount, check for any overpayment notices, verify your direct deposit information, and upload documents. In 2026, the SSA is prioritizing digital communication. That means some notices may appear in your online account before they ever arrive in your mailbox. Do not wait for a letter. Check your account. Step 2. If you receive any overpayment notice, act within the first 30 days, not 90. Yes, technically you have 90 days, but I want you to act within 30. Call 1-800-772-2113 or visit your local Social Security office. Ask about Form SSA 632 for a waiver, or Form SSA 634 to negotiate a lower recovery rate. If the overpayment is $2,000 or less and it was not your fault, ask about the administrative waiver. Do not let that letter sit on your kitchen counter like Robert did. The moment you respond, the SSA pauses recovery while they review your case. The moment you ignore it, the clock works against you. Step 3, claim every deduction and benefit you are entitled to before the deadline passes. If you are 65 or older, make sure your tax preparer knows about the new $6,000 senior deduction for tax years 2025 through 2028. If you were affected by the WEP or GPO and never file for Social Security, file now at ssa.gov, apply. If you receive SSI and you are working, ask the SSA about signing Form SSA 8240 to authorize the payroll information exchange. Each of these steps puts money back in your pocket or protects the money that is already there. But none of them happen automatically. You have to take the step. Before I let you go, I need to tell you something important. These rules change constantly. What is true today can be reversed next month. We saw that with the overpayment rules. They went from 100% to 10%, back to 100%, and then to 50%, all within about 14 months. If you rely only on YouTube notifications or what someone tells you at the grocery store, you are going to miss something critical. That is why I created a place where you can get real-time updates the moment something changes. Click the link in the description below to join the Global Senior Alerts official WhatsApp channel. When you join, you will be able to download a free Senior Benefits Protection Guide. It has every form number, every phone number, and every website you need in one place. And whenever there is a new rule change affecting Social Security, SSI, SSDI, Medicare, pensions, bank rules, insurance, or even travel regulations for seniors, you will get an alert directly on your phone. No algorithms, no guessing. Just the facts, delivered straight to you. You have worked your entire life for these benefits. Do not let a piece of paper you did not understand or a rule you never heard about take them away from you. I am Milena, and I will see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay informed, and take care of yourself.